I got you, Ad. I knew where you were going with it. He's just too relaxed sitting in that chair. I can't wait until you see that chair. Okay, you guys, I am just telling you the very best mascara that you can try if you want volume for your lashes. So if you're sitting at home and you're thinking, they're barely there, I cannot see my lashes, I want you to look at this deal that we normally do not have. You're basically buying one, which is $29, and the second one is 50 cents. I hope you get that. If you go into any store, this is the #1 prestige mascara. It's #1 at Benefit. It's #1 at HSN. And you buy one full size and get the second full size for 50 cents. It's $29.50 for two. It's incredible. And look at the before and after. If this is you, sparse lashes, barely there, you get volume and you don't get all of the weight. Everything is on free shipping. This is called a weekly deal drop, so it's like a second today's special that we're offering. You're not only choosing the original, you can also choose the waterproof. And only twice a year do we give you the waterproof option. It is the most popular. It always sells out because you're about to go to the beach, you're going to the pool. Here in Florida, it's rain. So you're not gonna have any smudge. You're going to weddings, you're gonna be crying, get the waterproof. I want you to get both. I'm gonna go to Maggie Ford Danielson. I love when she joins us. Her mother and her aunt started this business and made this the #1 prestige mascara brand. Maggie, welcome. I can't believe, I love that you can just start going at it, girl, with a mirror.
You know what, Debbie? I don't need a mirror, girl. Come on now. After you've been putting on mascara for this many years, I could do it with my eyes closed. But here's the thing. You said it best. This mascara, this was literally the best volumizing mascara. Yes. The best mascara. First of all, y'all voted this. Thank you so much. 3 years in a row, customer choice mascara. But here's why. Let's take a look at what Tressie is doing. So first of all, let's talk about that brush. This brush is special, ladies. This is what we call a slim packed brush. It's very sleek. It's very slim profile. This is not your big, chunky, fluffy brush, okay? The reason why we made the brush like this is so that it gets right into the base of your lash without stamping. And then let's talk about the formula. This is an ultra lightweight formula. It's nourishing. It has provitamin B5. But look, ultimately, all we care about is, will my lashes look sexy? Will they look long? Will they look luscious? The answer is absolutely. Look at that before and after. So if you can relate in the morning, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, wow, I can't see my lashes, I'm going to go into my makeup drawer and pull out a mascara. If it's not BADgal Bang, then you're not going to get this kind of transformation, because this brush and this formula is so different. It's a very lightweight, thin formula. It goes on smooth as silk on your lashes. It evenly and thinly coats your lashes, so you're not getting too much formula. And this is really important, Debbie. A lot of us who struggle with clumping, with smudging, those kind of lash issues, it's because you're actually wearing too much mascara. I know that there's an adage, and you can layer it, but if the brush is a very big brush, then it's going to dump the mascara on your lashes.
Exactly.
This is different. I want you to think about this as almost like it's a comb for your lashes. It gently distributes, not too much, not too little, just the right amount. We're going to call her the Goldilocks of the mascara. And this is why this is the kind of transformation you can have. Let me ask you something, if you're watching this. If your mascara that you're using is not doing this for your lashes,
right,
why are you still using it? Like, you have a choice. And Debbie, remind me, there's kind of a limited amount of the waterproof left, right?
Yes, we're very limited in the waterproof, and you guys, you need the waterproof. If you have allergies, I always have allergies, my eyes water. If you have contacts, I have contacts. You never know when your eyes are gonna water. I go to a wedding, I'm going to one Memorial Day weekend, I'm going to cry. When I go to the beach, I still want my lashes. When I go to the pool, I still want my lashes. So get the waterproof. Sam, this is my producer, she told me that it is the most limited, and you guys, it always sells out, and we only do it twice a year. And normally, look at the before and after of Jan's lashes.
I know.
I mean,
So
this makes you look more youthful.
And that is ultimately what mascara is all about. And you're going to see Jan apply this. So again, I can't talk enough about this brush because if your mascara doesn't look, if the wand that you're using doesn't look like this, I'm telling you what, you're doing yourself a disservice. Do you see how slim, how it's like it's almost like a comb. It is not a big round brush like the one you use on your hair.
Uh-huh.
You're doing, because when you use those big giant brushes, it actually can create a messy mascara look. So if you have thinning lashes, if you have a little bit more mature lashes, or maybe you have short lashes, right? Maybe you have short curly lashes. You want to get to the base of the lash, and you can't do that if you have a huge brush. It's just going to stamp all over your eyelid. But look at how luscious, how full, separated, sexy. But ultimately, you said it best, Debbie.
Yep.
Jan looks younger. Period. That is all you need to know. This is going to turn back the hands of time when you're wearing the right mascara. And you get the price, the choice of regular or waterproof. We have it all for you tonight.
You guys, we normally cannot offer you the option. The phone lines are very busy, several hundred people calling because this is like a today's special. First of all, you're buying one full size. This is mine right here, one full size. You're gonna get the second one for 50 cents. If you go anywhere else, you're gonna pay $29 and then another $29. Not today. You're gonna pay $29 and then 50 cents for the second one, and we're not giving you a travel size. That's what they do sometimes. You go to the department store, and they give you one full size and they give you one little travel size and they want you to think you have a deal. No, this is basically almost like a buy one, get one. And look at this, it's an intense black. I love that it's a nice, dark, intense black, so it's going to show up on everybody. And you want the volume, but you don't want the weight. And what I love about your brush is it's flexible. And the technology behind it, it goes from the root all the way to the tip. And if you don't have a mascara like that, I want you to try the #1 mascara at Benefit, the #1 mascara at HSN, and the #1 prestige mascara in the United States of America. #1 prestige brand. This is why, because your lashes, you guys, they look like you have on falsies, but you don't have to put on falsies. You have to deal with the glue. It takes your eyelashes out. We're very busy on the phone because I'm gonna ship this to you for free for you to try the #1 brand in America, okay? And then you're only going to pay on FlexPay, it's just $9 and change. And so get the waterproof because we normally don't have it. Maggie, we've sold 12,452. This deal goes away, you guys, on Sunday. We've sold
sure does.
Almost 13,000 of you have said yes. And that's half of our quantity is already gone, so I don't think we have presentations, throughout the weekend. I don't know that it will last until Sunday, and you want to get that second one just for 50 cents. Because you want a mascara that works, Maggie.
Yep.
You want a mascara where you don't have the fallout, and this is 36 hours, right, of volumizing.
Yes, absolutely. What I would love to do, first of all, let's take a look at Tressia's before and her after, because her lashes look luscious. They are dreamy, but guess what? When she wakes up, she doesn't have those lashes. They're there, but they haven't been bad gal banged. Do you know what I'm saying? So look at the before and look at the after. And if you can relate to this, there's two things I want you to look at. #1, she has very straight, fine lashes. So if that rings a bell for you, this is the mascara for you. But the other thing I want you to notice, and we haven't had, she hasn't had depuffing, she hasn't had any sort of surgeries, is when you wake up in the morning, if you have puffiness in your eyelids, like Tressia does, maybe some hooding in your eyelids, you must wear this mascara because it's going to lift your lashes. It's going to volumize your lashes. It's going to push and open up the entire look of your eye. The hooding in her eye looks gone. Quite honestly, it looks gone. Her eyelashes are touching her eyebrows.
Right.
If your mascara is not doing this, you need to make a change. It is that easy. Now, let me talk to you about this brush. And Debbie, you mentioned it before, and I want to show you this, and I'd love to show the animation if we could. You mentioned how flexible the brush is. Debbie, look at that. Do you see how soft? I'm going to do something. Look, I'm going to get mascara all over my fingers. I don't really care. Look at how flexible this brush is. It is soft. It is pliable. It is not hard. It is not stiff. And we do that because we want this to glide effortlessly over your lashes. It is this beautiful, intense pitch black. Think about it like those patent leather shoes. Water resistant, vitamin B5. But here's where it gets techie, okay? Ultra lightweight particles. we decided to make this an ultra light formula instead of a heavy formula. It builds volume without the weight. And this is critical because as we get older, our lashes tend to droop. How many times have you put mascara on and for the first hour it looks fantastic, and then you look at yourself in the rearview mirror or the bathroom at work and you're like, oh no, and they're falling, they're clumping, they're smudging. That's because you're using a formula that's too heavy. It's too thick. Your poor lashes they don't stand a chance. But with BADgal Bang, it's everything that you've never tried. It's a slim, sleek brush. It's an ultra lightweight formula. And that's why you're getting the results like that. That's why it's like thousands, tens of thousands of you have purchased it today and in the past, because this mascara is a game changer. And when I tell you, I know we don't have very many left, so get in while you can, but we have a 100% waterproof version. So this one, the original one, is water resistant, okay? But this one, if you love a waterproof, and those of you, if you know the saying, like if you can't live without a waterproof, you can get those exact same results, but in a 100% waterproof formula. Same brush, same flexibility, but this sucker ain't going nowhere. You're playing pickleball, you're playing tennis, you're doing yoga, you're just having your hormones, sometimes we don't even need to be doing exercising. We're just sweating.
Right.
Okay? So like, this is what you need. You need both.
You need both, and I'm glad you said that. It would be $9 to get a 2-pack of the original, which is water resistant. The second one is 50 cents. Spend $9 and change, and you get 2 of your original, and then spend another $9 and get your waterproof. You can gift them, but I'm telling you to have those 2 together. When you go on the cruise, you go to the wedding, you go to the beach, you go to the pool, waterproof, 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 and volume without the weight. So Maggie, thank you so much. We are almost at the $13,000 mark. I love this mascara. I don't leave home without it. I think that's like a credit card commercial. So can't leave home without it.